A guy tried to hit a guy with the scale at a bare knuckle event. Okay, I just want you to try to process what I just said. I have a video of this and I don't even know that I'm going to show it to you. I think I just want you to have the sentence. A guy tried to hit a guy with a scale at a bare knuckle boxing event. All right. So last night was a good night for me. I was able to watch Dark Side of the Ring. It's come back. And it's just such a great program. It's such a great storytelling. And the amazing part of it is they're telling you a story about a product that does nothing more than tell a story. But I love it. I love it that it's back. Love the way Jericho does it. I love the production of this thing. And it was two friends of the show, the Undertaker and Mick Foley. And I realize that I'm name dropping, but both guys at some point have been guests on the show, and both guys have paid compliments to the show. That's very flattering stuff. I'm watching it. And Jim Cornette was part of the mind and idea, possibly even the controlling side of putting a roof on the cage. Like a cage match is generally enough. When I was growing up, that was the ultimate. And they used to do strap matches. They had one out here in Portland called the Coal Miners Glove Match. They do battle royales. But the ultimate was the cage match. 100% you must be in person or on pay-per-view. You're not going to get a cage match any other way. It's too extreme. It's a cage match. And somewhere that wasn't enough. They had to take Hell in the Cell and they had to put a roof. And they had to change the dynamic. So now, just right on its face, you're doing more. You're doing more than what has already been accepted by the standard as being enough. The most. You took the most, which is the cage match. You put a caged roof on it. All right. So they go out and do the match. I mean, this thing is hard to explain. It is truly hard to justify, and this whole story is being told by adults. I mean, you got everything from billionaires, right? People that have had wild successes because of their intelligence and their hard work. You have doctors. You have no minors whatsoever. It's told by adults, and even the adults in the room are having a hard time explaining why they or other adults did not stop this. At some point, mankind loses consciousness for 48 seconds. Now, I'm in the fight business. You guys are fight fans. I have never witnessed somebody lose consciousness for 48 seconds. I have only seen a person separated from their consciousness in a handful of times, if that. I might not be able to fill up a full hand. Neither can you. You have not seen 5 people knocked out. You believe that you have, and you've been told that you have, but you didn't. You saw people that were ready for a fight to be over. They stayed down until the referee counted to 10. You have not seen 5 people in your life knocked out. I'm sharing for you. It's a rare thing. It's a rare thing. It's something that's played up and it's embellished. And over half the men that Mike Tyson fought found a way to be knocked out for the exact same amount of time, which was just a split instance beyond a 10 count. Right? So, I mean, even the real sports are work. There's very few things that you will ever see in your life that are real. But mankind was really knocked out for 48 seconds, and they got him up. There was stretchers that came out with a medical service 2 separate times in the match. One time mankind denied them, and the other time he was on the stretcher and got off the stretcher and returned to the match. To which every onlooker believed was part of the storyline. And we found out only after the fact that no, it was not. That was real medical personnel trying to get him out of there and to a hospital. It's a very, very interesting thing, but it begged the question when you're watching it, what's enough? The money's the same. The night of business is the same. There's not a meter like a video game where it gets better and better and better, and then people are paying more and more and more. It's not like that. You've paid a fee. It was exciting. You had the cage match. In fact, you put the roof on the cage match, which is any more than anybody's ever expected. Even that alone had never been done before. You've got an entirely sold-out house. All the pay-per-view tickets are sold. No more buckets of popcorn or t-shirts on the way out are going to be sold. Like, you're done. The night of business is done. Conclude this piece of theater. Roll the tent up. Put it on a truck. Drive to the next town. But that's not what happened. They just kept going, and they just kept going, and then they bring out the tacks. And they bring out the steel folding chairs. And the cameras keep rolling, and the match keeps going. I mean, it was really something to be epic if that's the business that you're in. Boy, you really have something unique and special here, but it doesn't change the fact that we've got to ask the question, why? Why did we do this? Was it worth it? Psychologically, what were you thinking? The cage is already broken. The tacks have already been done. The steel folding, I mean, there's really not, you can keep pushing this if you want, but you're truly pushing closer to death and nothing else. The level of entertainment and the level of a monetizable box office draw does not change by one penny. So you are left with, why are you doing it and when is it enough? It was really the entire storyline of the episode, Dark Side of the Ring, and that question, by the way, doesn't get answered. And it didn't matter if it was the billionaires. It didn't matter if it was the adults. It didn't matter if it was the professionals, if it was the participants themselves, if it was the doctor. Nobody ever was able to answer that question. And I can't answer it for you now either. It's more philosophical, but it was a strange event in my life that I saw Dark Side of the Ring. I saw this recap of Taker versus Mankind. And the very first headline that I see when I go to my MMA sites is that someone at a bare knuckle event tried to hit another guy with a scale. And I'm only asking you, when they took the gloves off, when it became bare knuckle, it was enough. That is the roof on the already built cage. When you took the gloves off, you've now got the most extreme event, but eventually and over time, when you're doing it, it just starts to become normal, and now you've got to up it one. To think that you would have to hit somebody at a weigh-in as it is, to think that you would have to use the scale at a weigh-in, but to think that you would have to use a scale at a weigh-in at a bare-knuckle event. It's like the guy he turned 60, so he's got to drive around in the Corvette, but it wasn't enough. He had to get the yellow Corvette. And there's a tie-in here. There's a very clear tie-in here. And it does take adults in the room to come in, to remind people at times, to splash a little cold water, no matter how this has become normal in your life. The cage match was enough. The one knockout was enough. When the roof broke, it was enough. Before we ever got the tacks or the chairs or we jumped off the gurney, it was enough. It had been delivered. When you stepped face to face on the stage with the guy who's going to get in the ring with you with extremely limited rules, with no gloves, it's enough.